Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Roman, and before we begin, you already know what I'm about to ask, so let's just do it. Hit the like button, subscribe, and after the video, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let's go. So, my baby, Taylor Swift. Braun has sold her master recordings from her debut album back in 2006 all the way up to 2017 with with Reputation, her Reputation album. That's the album I think was a response to the whole Kanye West and Kim Kardashian thing. Whatever the case may be, that catalog that he had, it was worth 140 million. So he sold her master recordings to a Shamrock Holdings. And so here's a little backstory behind that. She had been trying this whole time behind the scenes, her and her team, to negotiate with Big Machine Label Group and Ithaca Holdings. Now, Ithaca Holdings is the actual company owned by Braun. That company acquired Big Machine Label Group. And a little something I didn't know about Ithaca Holding. Ithaca Holding funds Drake and Future. Get into it. I'll be talking about it a little later in a couple of other videos, but get into it. I'm starting to watch Money Trails. But so Ithaca Holdings purchased Big Machine Label Group, which actually owned all of Taylor Swift's master recordings from that period of time all the way up to 2017, along with other artists. And so not just her stuff was sold again, all of this stuff was packaged and sold again. And they're saying that the deal was worth $300 to $400 million. And so she was trying to negotiate with him before this all happened, but he had wanted her to sign an ironclad non-disclosure agreement that would like keep her fist tight, mouth closed about him in a negative way. She could only speak about him positively. She couldn't talk about the sale. She couldn't say any of those things, and she refused. And you know what? That it's a part of her story. You know, all of this happening is a part of her story. And then you're going to tell her she can't have a say-so or any kind of rebuttal about what just happened with her body of work, her blood, sweat, and tears. You know, that's bullshit. So I wouldn't have signed it either. We just had to go to court and fight this shit out. But unbeknownst to her, he did this deal with Shamrock Holdings, and he did it under the table. Allegedly, and according to the article, in Variety, Shamrock had to sign a non-disclosure agreement that didn't allow them to disclose to anyone in contact with Taylor Swift about them selling it, about how much it cost, when it happened. They couldn't say anything. So they're tight-lipped on all of that, the entire transactions. And to add insult to injury, Braun still gets a percentage of the sales of her recordings that have now been sold to Shamrock Holdings. So he wins again, and she's screwed all over again. But a little savior in her corner is that she has been granted some leeway to re-record all of her prior work. And so that would cut off any sales for the other master recordings under Shamrock Holdings, and then allow all the new revenue to stream to her and her new label. The problem is that, let's say somebody wanted to use some of her music in a commercial and she wanted to charge them a nominal fee. If that fee, wasn't what they wanted to pay, they could always go to the Big Machine Label Group or Shamrock Holdings now and say, hey, can we get that song? Because it's going to be similar, a similar sort of arrangement. So it's like, damn, she is screwed all the way. And she said this was the worst case scenario ever that could happen to her. And so any artist coming up in the game, look at what's going on, especially if you have some good bodies of work. This is the worst case scenario for you to be in. So that was sort of her like saving grace. He's still gonna profit from it. He sold it on her, and so now she's sort of left with trying to re-record everything. She said she started the process this month. It's sort of therapeutic, and it's making her creative. I just don't know how. It will probably make me depressed. I'll probably be depressed and very drained. But big ups to you, Taylor Swift, for taking this in stride and really, you know, being vocal and standing in your ground about how you feel about this. And you haven't let up at all. I thought maybe you would have let up and, you know, give in, but you haven't. So kudos to you. And now Scooter Braun, you need, I don't know how to feel about you, because sometimes I hear great things about how you fund certain artists like Drake and Future, and then on the other side, it just seems like you know how to take advantage of these artists in ways that they don't know or see coming. And so I got my eyes on you. I don't know how to take you. But you, drop down in the comments below and let me know what you thought. Do you think the new recordings that Taylor Swift is going to do of her old music, do you think it's going to be as economically successful as she thinks it's going to be, or do you think it's just going to be another roadblock in her road to recovering her original master recordings? Yeah, so till next time, deuces.